One of the most difficult things being a human being and being an adult is making yourself happy. And it's even harder to stay happy. And that's something that I feel really passionate that we provide children with that tool belt for engineering their own happiness and knowing how to sustain it, because it isn't easy. And leveling your expectations and being able to go out and get what you want in life and also giving back to other people and finding pleasure in that. You know, teaching children how their brain works, how the chemicals in their brain help them to form thoughts and how thoughts create feelings and how to manage all of that, how to self-regulate, you know, elevates their level of emotional intelligence to the point where they're able to manage both now and in the future. And if anything, I think that's the most important thing that we can offer children here, you know, above anything else, is the ability to have a really evolved sense of self.
It's such a great privilege to see that spark in a child. It's such a great moment when you see the penny has dropped or they got it. It's such a privilege to see that.
We're such a community here and it's really great being hands-on in the classroom where there's not lots of children lined up sitting at desks. It's very dynamic, children are able to use resources to really concrete what they're learning, and being able to facilitate children to learn in a project-based way really highlights those skills that they are developing. When I come in on a Monday, I actually most look forward to doing mindfulness in the morning. So every morning for 15 minutes, the children practice mindfulness or yoga, and that's a really great opportunity for them to prepare for the day.
We use something called the learning power approach, which is Guy Claxton's work. Guy Claxton's a very prolific educational cognitive scientist from the last 20 years. He's written a lot of books, and he developed something called the learning power approach, which is very front and centre with the work that Atelier 21 does. Guy Claxton's actually the patron of our school, so he's involved in training and professional development with the staff. The learning power approach is about developing children's ability to grow their own intelligence through drawing on their natural learning powers. So it's developing children's ability to be resilient, to persevere, to be determined, to be able to be resourceful, to look at things from different points of view, develop their creativity and also their agility of mind so that they can change tack without slowing themselves down or doubting themselves.
I think the way that Atelier 21 approaches projects is that the children cover everything that they need to cover in their own way. So they're actually gaining more knowledge and more depth than they would in a standard school. And so I think naturally we'll cover and gain all the skills needed to pass any exams.
One of the great things about having our setting in Broadfield Park is that we're not always confined to the playground. We've got masses of space out here where the kids can come and play tag. We've got trees that they can climb. They bring out the cricket set, come and play football. So it gives them a phenomenal space to be able to play rather than just stay on the concrete.
We go in the wild and see other wild creatures and do other activities.
Wild Fridays are definitely the most popular day of the week because it's when the whole school learns outside. So we go to places like beaches, forests, our own Broadfield Park where we're based, which has wonderful woodland and a beautiful lake to explore. We go to places of natural interest, places like Wakehurst Place, Ditchling Beacons, the South Downs. Anywhere that we can learn in nature, outdoors, and connect our learning and weave it in a cross-curricular way outdoors. So that means doing outdoor maths, outdoor science, outdoor English, as well as lots of time to play and explore nature, even for children right up to 14 years, because that's still such an important thing for them to be able to do. That's where they learn their own passion, that's where they find their connection with nature, that's when they're at their best with their friends and they can make up games and they can still be children.
So we have something called the Learning Ladder, which allows children to place a picture of themselves where they think they are. So whether they think they've challenged themselves too much or they haven't quite understood something, or if they need something a bit harder next time. So it's really great to see children recognising what level they're working at and being able to reflect on that.
I like the way they do things here because it gives them absolute freedom to just get their teeth into something. And Bea has really taken the rainforest project to heart. She's taken it to the next level. So Saturday and Sunday she made a PDF about rainforest facts, so she just proves that she is really interested in it and is free to run with it and confident to research.
Academic subjects at Atelier 21 are taught as lessons, much like they would be in other schools, apart from the fact they're taught in much smaller groups, which means differentiation, level of challenge, learning style can be accommodated much better. So things like English, maths, science, PE, drama, modern foreign language, they are taught in lessons just like you would see in another school, but in much smaller groups. Sport and the arts are really well catered for at Atelier 21. Our location is phenomenal. We are opposite one of the largest sports centres in the southeast, the K2. That's got an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a diving pit, an indoor climbing centre, a gymnastics centre, squash courts, tennis courts, football courts, Astros, anything you can think of, they've got it. All children have around an hour to an hour and a half a day where they can completely, on their own, decide what they want to learn and get good at without any particular curriculum or assessment. We have a strong commitment to entrepreneurship, so there's a lot of experience that children get through running their own businesses, creating little revenue streams, fundraising. So we're teaching them that life skill about going out and making money and understanding money and finance as well, but also developing those entrepreneurial skills which are useful and transferable. Atelier 21 is a revolutionary response to school. It's a response in the terms of offering a completely different, progressive, new and unique approach to education which is fit for children's futures rather than our pasts. One of the problems with mainstream education as we know it is that it hasn't changed very much in the 300 years that it's been around. Children began in the Victorian ages, sitting in desks, facing forward, listening to a teacher. And largely, although we have developed our practice, of course, largely that is still what we see in school. What we're trying to do is develop a holistic educational experience that's about educating the whole child, right from the toes to the top of the head, so that we're looking at developing those habits of mind with them, their thinking skills, their inquiry skills, their empathy skills and their ability to collaborate, be creative, work in a team, as well as, of course, those hard academic skills that they'll need to progress in their future.